Anyway, y'all, what I was saying about this chosen one thing, it's like you have to stand up straight. You have to do. I told God when I first had to do it, I said, I don't even want to do it. All the chosen ones can talk directly to God. I told him, I said, I ain't want to do it. I knew once God entered me in that way, I knew what it was going to have to be. I knew it. I don't like to speak on it for women because I know how strict women is, but I think these rules and regulations go for all the chosen, all of them. You gotta stand up straight. I mean, I know I'm in a box, and I know these people got this going on, being child protected, sir, all that, blah 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 blah. Okay, well, let's put all these groups together. You put all these groups together, okay? Put dark web, so much so dark web, child support service, crooked cop, law official. Okay, you put all that together, then that would sound like somebody sold your soul, right? On a physical plane. Because you ain't gonna be able to use your identity, you ain't gonna be able to run nowhere, you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere, you're gonna be stuck. And the way I figured it out was God ain't gonna let that happen to you unless it's ordained pretty much for you to get in the dark night of the soul. Cause that's gonna put you in the dark night of the soul. See, all this come together. That's gonna put you in the dark night of the soul. Alright, that's almost like somebody sold your soul, you're in a waiting place. You're in a spiritual confinement. You're in a spiritual confinement for the spiritual justice to reevaluate, to evaluate your situation, to see if you died, where you going to hell or heaven. Because you was taken out too early, basically. Okay, that lets you know right there for a fact that man knows a God and a Satan. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, they put you in these confinements. They can't get you out of because the spiritual realm is involved in it now. So, all those attackers, all those people who wrongfully put you, if you put a high priest or a high priest in there, like I said, the rules and regulations to that little scam pyramid y'all had going on was to never do that. Somebody read a blueprint and thought they can outsmart it, which would probably be one of Satan's stupid vessels. And basically without Satan controlling it, and that will make the vessel demon mode, devil vessel basically. And that vessel, they got together with other devil vessels pretty much. Said, yeah, we can do this. All we gotta do, why? Let's say they looked up a book and said, why can't we? They seen the whole world stop when it comes down to putting a high priest or a high priest in this situation. But in their little peanut brains, they were like, why though? If you that brilliant to even think about such a thing, you should be putting your time in something else, not in people's toilet bowls. If you feel like you can outsmart Satan and God, you shouldn't be even in nobody's toilet bowl, period. Okay, so all right, now let's break this on down. That's why I was telling a friend online, a limb online. I said, look, bro, just wait and go over that with God, because see, this happened to a group of us. This happened to so many of us, and we are all high vibrational beings, high vibrational beings. They shouldn't have never even put us in there. They sacrificed us praying on our, they called it desperativity or gullible or none of all high priests and empresses and emperors, they just good people. You shouldn't do that. But see, they couldn't recognize good people because these are the kind of people that think all men are dogs and all women are whores. They don't see past beyond that. They done pretty much wrote themselves off as being karmics. When you're a karmic, you don't understand how you envy high priests and high priests. You envy empresses and emperors, but you don't know why you envy them. You envy them because you want to be like them, but you know you can't be like them because you know you can't stop being a prostitute. You know you can't stop being a drug addict. Not only is you not finna stop it, you finna incorporate all of it at one time. You on full demon mode. All right, now, see, I already brought spirit to the foot. Don't y'all ever in y'all life fish y'all mouth to say I'm crazy. I can nut up today if I want. I can do all that day, and you gonna love me. You ain't got no choice but to say he must have had a stroke or a seizure. But he ain't crazy. He just saved the whole world in 5 years. Now, that loser conversation. Y'all still got the same old loser jokes, the same old loser conversation, the same old loser cycles. I'm sick of it. You can't, at least can you change and upgrade the cycles? Can you upgrade? Can you upgrade the sins? You gonna keep doing it. Can you advance? Can you advance? Good God Almighty. You just gonna stay in there? Really? All that potential, all that brilliance, and you gonna stay in there? All right, but anyway. So, all right, now where we at? Where we at? Yeah, like I said, these women, these are people who think all men. So they got in this book. That's the only thing I can think of. And they say I can beat this. And they probably read in the blueprint, the manual. Oh, the only thing keeping the high priest from getting in there is this right here. We can just move. If it was that simple, they would have did it. You should have asked something. See, from now on, this day forward, I want all y'all to ask yourself, why didn't they do it? Don't look at something and say, that's easy. They couldn't do that. Don't ever in your life think you can look at the works of high vibrational people, 1% people, higher up people, angels, angelic realms and stuff like that. Don't even think you could look at that issue or look at a situation and say, I can fix it. Just the thought of you even thinking like that let you know you ain't doing right upstairs. Now, if you were so brilliant, if y'all so tough, if y'all so great, fix the situation. You can't fix it, can you? That's how you know this situation is spiritual and physical. It's like a spiritual and physical prison. Once you put, that's why I'm telling y'all, just be still, man. You stuck for 5 to 7 to 10 years. Figure out your situation. Figure out what went on in your situation. And you're going to know for a fact. They sold their souls. You're going to know for a fact if they signed a contract deal for 5 to 7 to 10 years. You're going to have to wait like that. You're going to have to wait that long. If you're lucky, it's 5 years. Not so lucky, 7 years. Not lucky at all, 10 years. Shit, that's the way I see it. They sold to do this. You can feel it because 4 years done went by and they already starting to, you can already see them already dancing around in their own crap. They ain't doing good. They stuck in cycles. They getting passed around and all kind of nasty, disgusting stuff. So I don't even want to talk about it. I had to tell somebody. They were dissing my flame. I was like, you ain't no better. You doing the same thing. The only difference between you and her is that you got the money to hide. You ain't no better. She probably better than you. That's how I have to do like I said, I deal with women. That's how I have to do it, bro. Like, you can't talk about somebody else just because you can cover it up. Sin is sin at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's pretty much what it is. That's how it worked, though. And you just don't move, bro. Just don't even move. Just, if you're in a situation you stuck, that's fine. You'll be all right. You, like I said, meditate, pray. We got a lot to do, y'all. When you realize how much you got to do in fixing yourself, you're going to be all right once you get out of this situation. Like I said, I know an older dude who, he died now. I wish I could go talk to him. But they put him in this situation, and he had to wait 7 years. And he told me they cut him a check. He lost everything. They didn't give him back what he lost, though. They didn't get him nowhere near. He lost, like I said, he had about 500, 600 something. He had a lot of acres. all this was paid off. He had a couple of homes. He had double wide trailer. He had a good bit of stuff. He had tractors, backhoes, and all that. I know y'all saying trailers. You can't say that in the country, cause 9 times 10 he had a double wide trailer and he was renting out homes. You can't say that here, cause over here people got 150 acres, 3, 4, 500, 1,000 acres with a trailer on it. We don't need all that y'all got going on. We need the land. We know how important the land is, so you can't say that. We need to just be quiet enough. But anyway, and he told me he lost all that. And he said when it was over, he had to live in a barn. He had to go outside to use the restroom. His own wife did him like that, like my ex-wife did me. That's how I know that she got it from my mama. That's the only magic. I'm breaking it down so nobody ever do it again. And there ain't nobody, you can't sacrifice somebody else because they don't want you, and judges and stuff letting them do it because they sleeping with them. That's finna stop. We finna stop that. Ain't nobody gonna wait on no contract. However, everybody gotta get 10 years to change the law. We changing that ASAP. That's gotta be changed ASAP. Cause you can't sacrifice somebody else. You can't just sacrifice nobody else. You can't do nothing like that. That don't even make sense. You can't sacrifice somebody else for divorcing somebody. It's like you can't divorce somebody on good terms. If they don't divorce you because you whooping on them, if they don't divorce you because you cheating on them, and you just want to, and they just divorce you because the relationship just wasn't right, period. Now, I ain't talking about biblical. I'm just talking about in the standard world. The relationship wasn't right, period. And then, okay, you just gonna sacrifice this man? First and foremost, he didn't even divorce you. You divorced the man. And you divorced the man to give the life to a man that you thought wanted you, and that man didn't want you. That man wanted what that man had. How many of you women gonna keep doing that? I'm like that man in Africa. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you, bro. You don't know, y'all do too much, bro. And y'all love game is sweet. From 666, Satan itself, God said Satan was the most beautifulest thing I ever created. It had to have been a woman. I don't know nothing else that beautiful. Now, but anyway, let me get out of my emotion. So, just stand still, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Just be still, man. Just be still. 'Cause I already know for a fact, even if I leave, it don't matter where I go in the world, I'm stuck. That dark night of the soul go with you everywhere. It ain't no way you can run from it. Because you under spiritual lockdown as well as physical lockdown. Somebody sold you out. If your case is real. If you really telling the truth. Somebody sold you out. Just like me. You just gotta wait. And while you waiting like me, they stealing all. You shouldn't have stole my guitar idea, all that wall idea. That's gonna curse you. But I gave y'all permission. I said if I do anything like music, so that's why I don't do that much music. Because I can kill that, so what y'all take? I can do music all day. I am music. But I ain't trying to give you all my stuff. Because from what another study that I understand about these situations is that y'all bad about ciphering all the energy. Why don't you just do like good cities? I can already tell a city like Dubai and them don't sacrifice their creativity. Y'all just over here sacrificing creativity. China ain't sacrificed creativity. They probably once that knew about this and probably participated in it and probably participated in the games for this city, this country alone. But they ain't doing it because you can just tell, you can see the creativity around them. It ain't happening. We got to stop. It's embarrassing at this point. Unless y'all using the barn and you say, oh yeah, we go in there and we sneak and steal ideas. I don't get all this though, bro. Even if it was God itself, why would you lock God up? I be asking God, did you do this? Did you build the box for yourself? That's what I be asking God. I got a story on it, but I ain't gonna tell y'all on here. I got somewhat of a story, but it's clouded. I don't know if that's true or not. But I think it had something to do with Satan, though. But I wouldn't lock God up. You lock Jesus up too. But Jesus probably Jesus probably wrote Human Anatomy. Jesus probably did all that stuff before he even got to the Bible. And if he didn't, you can just read the Bible and tell Human Anatomy. The Bible tells you how to eat. The Bible tells you all kind of stuff. From the Old Testament to the New Testament. It tells you all that. All you can take the part in the Bible, just the part alone in the Bible where it tells human how to eat, and you can make a whole nutritionist book out of it. A whole nutritionist program. What they did today, what they using today. Jesus was so brilliant. Just a scripture of that nutritionist plan, basically, in the Bible. It can expand into a whole study. That's how brilliant Jesus was. That's how brilliant everybody was. Whoever wrote that whole Bible. I think Jesus wrote it all, though. I think even the Old Testament. But I think Jesus was here before. It's something like that. Jesus was here before a lot, bro. It's like this vessel. You know, there's certain vessels that come here and try to fix things. The king is reborn again. The king come back to claim his throne again. Stuff like that. All that's real, bro. All the other countries don't do that, their own thing. You can tell by the karma. We're getting a lot of bad karma for them. And I ain't no woman. Whoever get my information, it's going straight to a woman. And it better not be you, Shawty. Because if I find out it's you, I mean, you're going to have some problems. It's always a woman. It's always the one that's supposed to be the lover. It's always the one that's supposed to be the lover. Somebody getting all my information and they giving it to a woman. I don't know who the hell doing that. They've been doing this stuff for so long, I can't even get mad about it. And I ain't getting mad about it, because like I said, they sacrificed me. They buried me. They sacrificed me. It'll be over, though, like, in 5 years, because they sold their lost, not mine. You know what I'm saying? They got it, somebody just got it. I guess that's how it works. You hear it all the time. They sacrifice you, you didn't die, somebody got to die. I guess. I don't know how the ending of that work. I never got involved in it, never had to do it. I went to work like an honest working man and got my own money the hard way. I never had to do all that. But like I said, this ain't about me. Like I said, don't give up, man. Just learn about yourself. There's so much we can be learning about ourselves, and there's so much we can be pouring in ourselves, and there's so much that we can be building up within ourselves. And that we need that time. Prison time and stuff like that really ain't that bad when you realize how much work you must do in yourself. So I hope y'all get this message. Anyway.